Okay, Ryan's coming in. What about your cousin? Can you call cousin? Cousin, your cousin lah. Who's your cousin Shafiqi? Okay, we are going to start with come turn on your videos, come Akila and Ryan. Okay, we are going to start with this. Okay, so you can see my drawing here. Now let's say now we are going to do. Have you all started on direct and indirect proportion? Inshira, you started it. Direct, indirect proportion. Cannot hear. Huh?
I don't think so.
Sure. Ryan, have you started direct? No. Akila, have you started? No sound. Okay, never mind. Now imagine now you want to change from Singapore dollars to RM, Ringgit Malaysia lah. Okay, yeah. Let's say the exchange rate, this exchange rate, you all know right about changing money, yeah? Exchange rate is, let's say, $1 is 3 ringgit lah, let's say. $1 is 3 ringgit. Let's assume this is the exchange rate. Okay. So now we can put this in a formula lah. Now the formula you must remember, this is for direct proportion. You can write down this in your notes lah, direct proportion. Okay, this is actually the direct proportion. This is the title lah. We're going to go direct and indirect. Ya Allah, for what I saw, I thought I saw a Yeti. You know what's a Yeti? It's an abominable snowman, but dressed all in white lah. Direct proportion, Okay, this is the topic now. So in order to know that, you remember this formula. Y equals to kx. Okay, so what does Y mean, K mean, X mean? We will, okay, Shafi says coming in 5 minutes time. Okay. All right. So you write down Y to create KX first. Okay, that is what you must know. Later we revise for Shafi'i lah. So now, what is K? Now you must write down here, K is what we call a constant. What is constant? Constant never changes lah, let's say. Let's say like it does not change. Okay, I have a message here. Who is that? Hold on. Okay. All right. So Ryan, okay, you have done this. Inshira, you have done this. Okay. So Inshira, you understand, son? Yes. Shafi, we shortly, yes. Okay. So now direct proportion. So K is constant. So what does constant mean? So now we take the example of Singapore dollars to Ringgit Malaysia. The constant is actually the number 3. $1, you want to change to ringgit, you times 3. $2, you want to change to ringgit, you times 3. So in this case, 3 is the constant. X is the Singapore dollars. X now is the Singapore dollars. Y is the Malaysian ringgit. So I'm going to put like that lah. RM, example, RM ringgit, right, is equals to 3x. X is the Singapore dollars. If you put 10 now here, 10 times 3, 30 ringgit. Can you see? This here is a simple formula for direct proportion. So what does it mean, direct proportion? It means the more Singapore dollar you have, the more ringgit you have. You cannot just write ringgit equals to Singapore. You cannot just write this equals. Cannot. Because you need to times something by the Singapore dollar. In this case, you times by K, the constant, which is what? Which is 3 lah. So 3 times Singapore dollar equals to the ringgit. This is constant. So remember, there's such a thing called constant, okay? So now I'm going to move into the concepts in the book, okay? And okay, just give me half a minute. I am now And I've taken this actually from a textbook. I have taken this from a textbook. It's actually the Express textbook. But again, Express and normal academic, more or less the same. Only Express is more difficult. So we wait for, okay. Now this is from this book. Okay. You've seen this book? Yeah, this book, the Discover book. So I think maybe Akila is using it. So can you see now? They have y equals to kx. This is the formula, right? We were talking about this formula here. So I want you to memorize this as direct proportion. What is direct proportion? The more Singapore dollars you have, the more ringgit you have. But there are some called indirect proportion. So let me show you what is indirect proportion, okay? Indirect proportion, the formula is a little bit different. So what is indirect proportion? Let us see. What is the formula? Where's the formula? The formula is somewhere here. Let me see. Down here. Down here, what does it mean? Can you see this formula here? There's now direct proportion y equals to kx. Okay, if you need to take down, you take down. This is inverse proportion, not indirect, inverse proportion. Inverse means opposite. So down here now is y equals to k over x. This is for inverse proportion. Inverse means what? Terbalik, you know. You see, how come there's such a thing as terbalik? Okay, we come to this in a moment. Direct proportion is y equals to kx. You need to memorize these two formulas. Okay, this is direct proportion. This is inverse proportion, not indirect, inverse proportion. Inverse means upside down. So is it possible for us to have indirect proportion? Yes. Let's say now the speed of a car, speed and time. Your speed and time. You are traveling from X to Y. And the higher your speed, you realize that the lesser the time you need to reach there. Let's say now, Ryan, you want to ride motorbike, Ryan, or car? Yes, one ride motorbike. Yeah, but it's okay lah. It's okay. So your higher your speed, you agree lesser time you take to reach the place? Yeah. So you go even higher, you get even lesser time. In fact, they tell you in reality, if you go as high as you can, even higher, you reach paradise very fast. Okay, that's very fast. Why? Accident. But of course, that is not. We are just assuming. If you can go higher, faster. So notice, this is inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. Direct proportion is the more you have something, the more you have another thing. For example, more Singapore dollars you have more ringgit. The less Singapore dollars you have, the less ringgit. Same thing, less ringgit, you want to change to Singapore dollars, you get less. You got more ringgit, you can get more. Whereas down here, in the inverse proportion, the more you have of speed, the less there will be of time. So you must remember, there will be graphs for you to think. But we go through step by step. Okay, Mr. Shafia. Okay, Shafia. Yeah, hold on. Shafia is seen. Primary 5 student wanting to join Sec 2 class. We got to give it to her. Okay, down here. So down here they say, there's the variables, y and x to the power of 3. These are directly proportional. So when you say directly proportional, you have two unknowns here. Once the first unknown is y. What's the second unknown? X cubed. And remember, you need another one called a constant. It's called an x. So you can form an equation like that. Y equals to, remember you must put the x down, k down here. And you put the other unknown. The other unknown down here in this case is x cubed. Example. Let's say this is your formula for direct proportion. Are we okay? Are we okay? Remember the original one is y to kx. Okay. It is given at the difference between the values of y when x equals 2 and x equals 3 is 38. Form an equation. Okay, let us see. Can you see now down here? They have made, can you see this one? They have made exactly down here. So you must remember the format. the format is always for direct proportion. Again, I repeat, this is for Shafi'i, also known as Shafi'ah. Y equals to kx. So Shafi'i, since you are here newly, K refers to constant. What is constant? This is something that you must tell you the ratio of things. Tell you the ratio. X unknown, Y unknown. So in direct proportion, you increase X, you increase Y. You increase Y, you increase X. Okay, so now let us go to the explanation here. Because there's graphs, so I can't just give you example of here. So you put into the formula lah. You see down here the formula, right? So you put in X is 2, Y equals to, okay, so now we look down here, I think I will erase this thing, you can see it clearly lah. Now this one I'm going to go through very slowly so that you are very, very clear. Down here now, this is the new formula. So how do we know this? You see down here is in the solution, You must know, as I told you, the basic formula. So if they give you A, you put A here. You B, B here, or something like that. So in this case, you have Y, which is one unknown, and X, which is another unknown. So how do you know whether to put X cube here or Y here? Well, as I say, down here is X, Y, down here is X, so you follow Y, X cube. So now you need to what? You need to find what is the value of Y when X is 2. So you put K, right? And down here is 2, right? To the power of 3. You follow this formula down here. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 8K. This is when X is 2. The other one, you put out the value of what? Of X to be 3. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, right? 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. So now you have to form an equation. When they tell you to form an equation, that means there must be an equal sign. So let's read what they say about the equation here. They say form an equation. You see, I already put the equal sign here. And the equation is means equal also. Is what? 38. So what is 38? They say the value of Y when X is 2 and X is 3 is, so that means 27K minus 8K is equals to 38. So you minus what you get? You get 19K is to 38. So you need to find the unknown. What is K? K is 38 divided by 19. K equals to 2 lah. K equals to 2. Okay? So you find out what K is. Notice, you need to find out what this is. Normally lah, you need to find out what this is. So let us move on now. See, K is 2. So now the new formula, now you can change. Can you see the new formula? What's the new formula? Originally, we wrote Y equals to KX cubed. Now the formula is Y equals to, you know what's K already. K is 2. So you put the 2 there. 2x cubed. This is your equation for direct proportion. Notice you have the y, you have the x, in this case x cubed, you have k is constant 2. That's all you need to know for now. And as we proceed, you'll be able to see things more clearly. Okay, are we okay? You okay? Okay, now I need to let you to do the work. Otherwise, you'll be bored. So let us see. Let us see. Ew, sorry. Which one is? Okay, down here. Okay. Can you find, try your best to find, to express this as an equation first. Okay, so again, if you are confused, now what's unknown? One is y, one is t. So this x now you change to t. X you change to t. And then remember you need to have the k. Can you write what's the formula for direct proportion? Blank equals to, I write it like that now. Blank equals to blank blank. Can you write down the equation, please? So I want to know what's the equation, which is question B. They're asking you for question B. All right. Yes, salam. Inshira can do it, Inshira. Alamak, what happened? Computer got problem. Then you got to log in again. Then maybe you got to log in again. Okay, that line. Hey, what about the rest? Are you all there or not? Akila and Akila, can you hear me? Akila, I do not know whether you're there. Shafi'i, same thing. Only Inshira is here. So Inshira, you have sent me answer. Yeah. Well done. Let me see. Hey, turn on your video lah. You say yes, yes. Turn on your video lah. Otherwise, you know what happened? I need to come now. Okay. Inshira can do it. Okay, you have not sent me. Okay, you all take a time. Ask yourself what is the formula. Just right. Okay, let us see. I'm inside the car. Okay, never mind, never mind. Okay, that's okay. Okay, both of you. Okay, one got problem with the thing, the other one has problem in the car. Okay, okay, never mind. Not for today, it's okay. Inshi can do, not Inshi? And then this one will be more one-to-one tuition to you.
I sent you already.
You send me, come on, check. You send me, okay, let me check. Yeah, okay. But can you find what's K? So Inshira says, this is now like that. Okay, good. Okay, down here. Good. Okay, now down here, can you find out what is K? This is correct. Now, what does it mean? It means the amount of distance you travel is directly proportional to the time you travel. The more time you travel, the more distance you cover. That's correct. That's correct. So now can you find what is K? In order to find the K, you have to try question number A. Try to find what is the try. In fact, you can just put in the value here. You can put in the value here and you can get it. You can find the K. Find the K, find the K. Oh, sorry. Okay, try. Okay, well done, Akira. You got your K. Well done. What about the rest? What about the rest? Akira Sorpa, I've gotten. Can you try the rest? Akira, then you try to find answers to C, D, and E. C and D you need. E don't need. Inshallah, well done. Shafi, who's in the car, can you tell me what's the value of K? Inshira, try to solve C and D. Shafi, well done. Shafi, try C and D. So notice all of you got 60. I do not know whether you all know. You just take 30 divided by 0.5, get 60. 60 divided by 1, 60. 90 divided by 1.5, 60. 120 divided by 2 is 60. 150 divided by 2.5, 60. So K, there's constant in 60. So your equation will be like that now. Once you have this, you can find You can find the value of t, value of y, whatever. Okay, you try. Okay, let's see now. Well done, Inshira, for C. Well done, Akira, for both. We're waiting for Inshira and for number 2, and Shafi for C and D. How Inshira can do that? Well done, Inshira. What about Shafi? Okay, if you're not sure, just substitute the value lah. You want to find y when t is 1.2. Put 60 what times what? 1.25. And you will get 75. So what does it mean? It means if you spend 1.25 hours, you can travel 75 km. Okay, and the same thing down here, you put in the value of what? The value of y is 72, is equals to 60 times t. You do not know what t is. Now what to do? Can you just bring the 60 down here? T is equals to 72 divided by 6, and you get the answer 1.2. So 1.2 hours here. Okay, so I hope you're all right. Let us look at the solution here so that will give you graphical representation. You see down here, they take 30 divided by 0.5, 60. 60 divided by 1, 60. 90 divided by 1.5, 60. 120 divided by 2, 60. 150 divided by 2.5, 60. This shows that this is always 60. So if you want to find constant, y divided by t or y divided by x, depending on what your alphabet you have chosen. So therefore, this is direct proportion. They are indirect proportion. Y is constant, it's same. So this is your equation, and then you substitute in. Okay, we move on. Okay, if you were to draw the graph, it will be like that. It will be a straight line. Okay, then you can see number 1 hour spent, 60 km travel. 2 hours spent, 120 km travel, and so on and so forth. Let's move on to the next one. This one. You try this one. This one, you imagine all the books are identical. That means same type of books. Let's say your maths textbooks are the same type. Write the equation first. Y equals to kx. So I want you to do what? Yeah, I want you to find the answer to this, but in the process, I want to know what is k. I want to know what's your formula, your equation. Write your equation down. These two I want to know. If you know these two, you can do. If you don't know these two, it becomes a headache for you. You must be able to do these two. Always, for direct proportion, always must be able to do these two. Let's see. Well done, Inshira. Can you Can you score the goal? What is the height? What's the value of k also? What's the value of k? K equals to what? So Inshira, you've answered my question number 2 here. Well done. Akila, well done also. You have given the equation good. Can you find out what's the value of k also? K, I think Akila, your K is not correct. Inshira, I think your K is correct. So Akila, in order to find out the value of K, you substitute the values given. What values? Given that the height of 10 of the books is 15, 10 is either H, K, or N. 15 is either H, K, or N. You got to substitute correctly, and then you can find the constant. Lama, stuck where? Wait. All right, okay. Okay. Akira, okay, good. Okay, well done, Inshira. Akira, you got your new answer correct. What about Shafi? Cik B? I'm in the car, lah. Don't disturb me. Okay, sorry, Shafi. Enjoy yourself in the car. Are you eating fries, Shafi? Okay, yes. I think. Okay, so okay, Ryan is here, yeah. Okay, so I hope you get this one. So what does it mean? It means that I just show you. Okay, if you have one book, it means there's a certain value lah, whatever the value is. Let's say 2 cm. You have 2 books, it becomes 4 cm. 3 books, let's say 6 cm, and so on so forth. Okay, hold on. Okay, Ryan, if you can hear me. If you cannot, then never mind, Ryan. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, well done. So now, down here, we need to write down what's the equation. This is y actually. How do we know? Okay, we just write down here first lah. H is equals to, okay, hello Ryan. Okay, then K, you write K down here. N is the number of books. Now how to find K? Remember, you substitute 10 books. So 10K. This is equals to 15 cm. So K is equals to 15 divided by 10 equals to 1.5. What does it mean? That means the thickness of this is 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm. So if you want 24 books, you want to know the height, you substitute the value inside here lah. So remember, this equation is important. You want to find the height? Height equals to K is something 1.5 times N. N is something 24. So you get 36 cm. Huh? Okay, I'm going slow so that everyone is able to understand. Okay, you get 36 cm. Easy, yeah? Okay, I'm gonna clear screen. We try again. We just run through again down here. You see, you can use, this is what we are using, right? So you substitute the value 15 equals to 10, then you find what is k. K is 1.5. K down here. And then you want to find 24. 24 times 1.5, 36. That's it. Okay, don't worry about the other method. That's one way. Let me see. Okay, can you try this? This is a graph, which tells you, so down here, the height in the cylinder, the time seconds given. So what is this actually? You must be able to imagine. This might be, let's say, cylinder like that. Cylinder, then ada pipe like that. This pipe. Imagine there's a pipe on here. Okay. And so the water is flowing in now. Zzz, like that. So, yeah. It's okay then. Ryan is okay. So the question is whether are they directly proportional or not? Okay. In this case, they're not asking you to find is it directly proportional or not. That's what they're asking you. So in this case, you must try, Inshira. You try to see, does it work? Your formula, can you substitute in? Because you can find the value. Let's say when t is 0, h is 5. When t is 1, h is, let's say, 8. When t is 2, h is 11. Oh, this one, yeah, 8, yeah. So you try put in, does it work or not? If it doesn't work, that means there's something is not directly proportional. Or if you can, okay, I'll give you another task, okay? Okay, let's say H is, can you write down the real formula for H? If the current one, like you write y equals to kx doesn't work, if it doesn't work, can you write down the formula for H? Try. Okay, we will take it slow, okay? We'll take it slow, okay? In fact, I'm asking you to give me what is the equation of this graph. This is what this is saying. And you learn this already. You learn how to do it. You remember the equation for this diagram? Y equals to mx plus c. Remember? You remember? Inshira, remember that? Aduh, cannot remember. Y equals to mx plus c. Do you remember? Okay, I'm gonna go through with you lah. What is c? C is the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is where it cuts the axis. So in this case, it's 5. So this is plus c means plus 5. M is the gradient. And the gradient and k is similar. How to calculate the gradient? You can find actually how to calculate the gradient. Take height divide by base. Let's say I draw, okay, down here. From here to here is 5, right until 11. 5 plus 6. 6, right? Then down here is 2 units. 1, 2. 6 divided by 2, you get 3. So the M is 3. Okay, I will change this to T, yeah, so that we are all having the same formula T. And what is this? This is H. This is actually the equation of this line, you know. Now, is it proportional, directly proportional? Well, let us look at the one, okay, Inshira, you wrote this equation right just now. H equals to K T. K is, let's say 3 lah, let's say T. Can you see these two are different? In fact, you cannot find your K, right? If you try, you cannot find your K. You know why? Because it doesn't work. Okay, so now I tell you the rule now for direct proportion. It must pass through 0. Only if pass through 0 in a straight line, then is directly proportional. If not, it's not. So let me prove to you it's not directly proportional. Huh? Okay, so now we use Inshira's formula here. We use Inshira's formula. Okay, we do not know what K is. We're going to calculate K. So let us see. We're going to calculate K. Now, I know this one is a bit draggy, but you need to understand clearly. Otherwise, you are... No. Remember, this is the formula. H equals to KT. So let us see. When K is... when T is 1, so we put T is 1, we can find out what is K. We get H is what? Is 5. Is it 5? Oh, not 5, sorry. Not 5. Now there's too many lines. Too many lines. Sorry. I got confused myself. So let's see now. What is the value of H? We use down here. You can draw down here. You draw up from 1, you reach here. And what do you get? You get number 8. So down here now, when the value of T is 1, you will get K times 1 is K, right? K equals to 8. But let us see whether the value of K changes now. Now we try the next one. When T is 2, that's T is 2, look, it goes up to 11. What is 11? H is 11. So 11 equals to K times 2. Alamak, we got a problem now. 2 times K is 2K. 2K equals to 11. That means K is what? K now become 5.5. Alamak, this one not constant. Constant means cannot change. No, K means constant. How come just now K is 8 and now K is 5.5? Can you see now it's changing? That means K is not a constant. This is not directly proportional. So how to prove it's not directly proportional when the K changes? We try one more of this. When T is 3, what is H? H is 14. So we try now. 14 equals to K times 3. 3K equals 14. What is K? K equals to 14 divided by 3. Alamak, headache lah. This one, 14 over 3. 14 over 3 is how much? Is 4 and 2/3. Alamak, this is... Can you see not? K is changing all the time. So it is not directly proportional. Why? Because it's using a different formula down here. It's not this formula. And in order for it to work, you must have a straight line going through the center. Must be going through the center, starting at 0. Then can be directly proportional. Are we okay? You all look tired because a lot of explanation this one. Never mind. Okay, we move on later. In a moment, you'll be able to do on your own. Okay. Okay. You tell me now. Is this just looking at the graph? Is it directly proportional or not? You tell me, you decide. You don't need to calculate. Just look at the graph. No. Okay. Inshira, why you say no?
Because it didn't go through the straight. I'm like the middle one.
The zero.
The zero, yeah.
Yes. So it doesn't go through the not proportional. If you don't believe, you can even put in the value of try find the value of K. K keep on changing. Now you already learned what? You already learned the formula for this one, this graph. Okay. Now what is the y-intercept? Maybe is what? Maybe 10. So this is equals to y equals to mx plus 10. Can you see it's already a different formula? Oh, it's already a different formula, Okay, I know I'm going through a little bit detail. It's doing plus 10. So what is this mx? Mx, we can look down here. From here to here, we can calculate. So it might be how many x, let's say. Okay, we calculate. This one down here is 1.5, roughly 1.5. And then this is 40. Let us go to 60. 60 now is 2.5. 1.5 to 2.5 is 1 unit. And then increase by 20. This is 20x plus 10. So I write again. Y, I write again. This equation is y equals to 20x plus 10. Now, why am I showing you this? Remember, for direct proportion, it has to be y equals to, let's say, 20x. Example. So this is the way, kx, right? So this is not directly proportional. So what Inshira says, it doesn't go through the center here. So automatically out. Automatically out. So we move on to the next one. So there's other forms of direct proportion. Okay, we are not going to do this one because we don't have the graph. But this is now directly proportional. Okay, because there's x squared, no x. So that's why it can be a curve. I just want you to take note now. When the proportion now is with the x square, the graph starts to curve. But notice it starts at 0. So a curved one can also be directly proportional. All right. So let us look for it down here. Why is it curved? Well, because there's a square down here. Okay. So but never mind. We move on. Let me see. Can you try question number 6? You have not learned sphere lah. Volume of sphere you all learn already. Okay, we have to give this round a pass. We have to give. Okay, we move on to. Sorry, Okay, let me see. Can you determine what example 5? Is it directly proportional or not? So in other words, they want to know what is K and what are the two quantities that are directly proportional. So for example, if I give you now this equation y equals to kx. So down here, which are the two quantities directly proportional to each other is y and x. If I give you like y equals to kx cubed, which are the two quantities is y is directly proportional to x cubed. So they are searching for these two. Can you try? Okay, we are assuming, we have to assume all of them are directly proportional. We are assuming, I repeat, that all of them are directly proportional. So if you see this, y equals to mx plus c, you got to find, you rearrange it to make it directly proportional. Then you will be able to get it. Okay. Cannot. Your clue is always to make it in this format. Make it in this format. Then you will know what are the two quantities. Okay. One minute more. 1 minute more. Okay, we have one answer. Just a moment. Okay, let me see. Okay. You all are confused. Ah? Okay, I'm going to ask one by one. Inshira, you confused? Confused. Okay. Ryan, how is it? Confused as well. Akila, what about you, Akila? You get a bit confused. Okay. So what they want you to do is, in this question, they are making the assumption that direct proportion exists in all of them. So they want you to tell them what is directly proportional to what. So they must have this sort of formula. So now I'm going to show you the formula, okay, down here. So down here, you see, y equals to 5. This is times now, the square root of x. So can you see y? This x, what is similar to it? Square root of x. 5 is the constant. So this fits the formula. So what are the two quantities down here that are directly proportional? Y is directly proportional to what? Square root of x. Okay, is not directly proportional to x, but is directly proportional to the square root of x. Why? It follows the formula. What? Y equals to k times another unknown. So this is the other unknown. This is now taking this form here. So y and square root of x are directly proportional. So what about this one? Okay, you think, okay, maybe you do C first. C is easier. You try. Which two uh, quantities are directly proportional in this? Okay, you can see now r square equals to 3s. Okay, we are gonna follow this one. Can you see? So y down here is r square. K is the 3 lah. You see, k is 3. X is the s. So what does it mean? It means r square is directly proportional to s. Now these two a little bit tricky. Yeah, I do D first lah. I do D first to show you now what is this. So I need to make D in the same form of y equals to kx. Remember, but D now doesn't look that way. It's y equals to 3x plus 5. So how do I make it? Okay, I bring the 5 over lah here. So what do I get? Y minus 5 is equals to 3x. Now it looks, you see, k is 3, correct. X is x, y is y minus 5. So in this case, y minus 5 is directly proportional to x. What about this one on here? Okay, this one on here is like a trick question. Let's say y equals to x. They didn't put a k. The k is there. Actually, the k is 1. The k is actually 1. So I put the k here as 1. So down here means t equals to 1 times h minus 1 square. So t is the y, x is h minus 1 square, k is 1. So t is directly proportional to h minus 1 square. Okay, I got a feeling you're confused now. Okay. But Okay, don't worry about this. Okay, this is now for you to understand that sometimes they can rearrange the equation and they want you to make it directly proportional. Okay, but in this case, you cannot say that x and y are directly proportional. They are not. X and the square root of, sorry, y and the square root of x are directly proportional. But y and x are not directly proportional. I repeat, you cannot say that y is directly proportional to x. Y is directly proportional to the square root of x. You cannot say that r is directly proportional to s. No, the square of r is directly proportional to s. Okay, we've got to be very precise. Down here, we cannot say y is proportional to x. It's y minus 5 is directly proportional to x. So you got to look carefully at the questions given. Okay, I'm gonna try. We're gonna try another one. We're gonna try. Okay, we're gonna try the exercises now, and then you see whether you can. Okay, that means we'll take it one at a time. Indirect proportion I'll cover next lesson because it's really 1 hour already, and let us see now. Okay, you try now. Okay, you try to see whether these values are directly proportional to this. Same thing, this to this, you try. You know how to try? How to find out? You got to find out the K. If the K keeps changing like just now, how do you get? 3 divided by 1, what do you get? 3. 6 divided by 2, 3. 9 divided by 3, 3. 12 divided by 3, 4, 3. The K is constant. So this is directly proportional. You do BCD, please. You do BCD. Tell me whether they're directly proportional or not. Sorry,
Teacher, I cannot see D.
You cannot see. Hold on, very. So I put it. Okay, you cannot see the what question?
Only D.
Okay. I will. Sorry, yeah. For a while, I felt. Okay, is it better now? Can you see? Because just now there was this girl, Shafi's sister, keep telling me I cannot see. I was telling her to go to see the doctor because I do not know. Because she impersonated people and all. Takut She impersonated your brother, Ryan. Impersonated Raidi. And then she chonting, and then I thought Raidi was the one who did it. But Shafi sis, scary, man. Let us see. Makan CD. Okay. Okay, well done, Akila. Well done. Okay, Inshira. Okay, well done. So we try, the next one we try, okay? We got to find out what K is now. How to find K? Take Y divided by X. We write K down here. 10 divided by 2, 5. Good. 20 divided by 4, 5. 25 divided by 6, not 5. Okay, we don't need to write the thing, but not 5. You know this one, not 5 already, cannot already. 40 divided by 8 is 5. So this one now, not 5 means it's not directly proportional. So B is not. 20, so you write K down here, same thing. 21 divided by 3, 7. 42 divided by 6, 7. 49 divided by 7, 7. 70 divided by 10, 7. This is directly proportional. Okay. This one, 30 divided by 8, you get 24 divided by 8, 24, 3.5. 48 divided by 12, get 4. Not that, you know, once it differs, it's not directly proportional. Okay, you know the method, huh? Very simple. Take y divided by x. You see, can I take x divided by y? Can also lah, no problem. 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. 2 divided by 3 is 1/3. 3 divided by 9 is 1/3. 4 divided by 12 is 1/3. Can also. Because sometimes you do not know which one is x, which one is y. So it's okay. All right, we move on to the next one. Is this now? You type yes or no and explain why. Is it in direct proportion or not? Yes or no and why. Don't say out because I need your friends to also know. I know Inshira knows the answer. Okay, you get the first answer. Okay, well done. Okay, something like that now. Sentence got to be improved. Later I'll tell you how to write the sentence. Huh? Oh yeah, well you know the word origin. Oh, very good. Huh? You watch X-Men, is it? X-Men, not X-Men. Yes. Oh, that is Akila. It's not Inshira. Okay. All right. You know. Okay. So, sorry. I thought it was. Okay. So the answer is correct for both of them. What about the two boys? Shafi, are you there? Not? I am driving the car. I cannot talk. Okay, Shafi. All right. Here we go. Huh? So young, you can drive. Yeah, I'm a big man. Okay. So down here, very simple. Ryan, if the line doesn't cut the zero here, the point of origin doesn't pass through, it must pass through. Okay, whether it pass through this way or it pass, sorry, or it pass through this way, or it pass through this way, it must pass through the point of origin. This is called a point of origin. If it does not pass through, it's not in direct proportion. So the answer down here is no. Why? It does not pass through the point of origin. Okay, you can, if they say you are supposed to answer this in your maths exam, point of origin. Okay. So now down here. Now that's one way to prove. Do you have another way to prove? Actually, you have another way to prove. I'm going to show you now another way to prove. Remember, how do you do for the left side? To find the value of K. So I want you to try this experiment. Can we find the value of K? Okay, I'm going to draw now down here. Okay, you see, we draw this chart now down here. Then we put Y, X, and then we put K down here. You can also transform the graph. If let's say they say other than not passing the point of origin, how can you prove? Okay, we can prove. Let's say now down here. Okay, Y is 2. X is 2. So 2. Y is 16. You calculate the K, and you see whether it's any. X is 4. Ayo. X is 4. Y is how much? 22. Then X is 6. Y is 28. Then you try lah. 16 divided by 2, 8. 22 divided by 4, you get 5.5. 28 divided by 6. 30 divided by 6 is 5. This is 4 and 2/3, I think. So can you see K keeps changing? I've also proven without telling you about the point of origin, this is not in direct proportion. So later, after this, in the next question, you have to give two possible reasons lah. You calculate the K and you tell me whether it's pass-through point of origin. Here we go.
Can I go toilet first?
Yeah, you go, please. Now this one now. Are X and Y in direct proportion? Give two reasons. Yes or no? But what are the two reasons? Shafika, is that you, Shafika? Shafika?
Yeah, it's her. Hello.
Hello. Ashok, cousins staying together. Do you all sleep in the same room? Inshira, Shafika,
Yeah.
Zahira, and
Yeah. No, only me, Shafika, and Zahira.
wow, fun, huh? How come you didn't bring your adik, Inshira?
Huh? My adik stay with my mom.
Oh, adik stay with mom. Your adik Shafia?
Shafia never follow.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so you try to see, are they in direct proportion or not? And if there are, why? Give two reasons. Huh? So just now you get one reason. Now you must give two reasons.
Sejuk. Gila siul.
So the question is, are X and Y in direct proportion? Let us see now. We have. Okay, Shafi say yes. So your reasoning, Shafi? Yes, they are. Reason? I cannot. I'm driving a car. Okay. Ryan, he is driving a car already. You have not even ridden a motorbike. Shafi, yeah, not bad, right, Shafi? Okay, good. Well done, Inshira. Can you give another reason, Inshira? Because that reason was given by Shafika. Ryan, well done. Okay, now I want you all to do the other proof. Huh? And what about Akila? Wow, you already found already. Wow. Okay, for those of you who need help in the next one, the next reason. Sorry. Yeah. So Ryan, you can do like that, Ryan. Okay. Y, X, and K. Okay, you take Y divided by X lah to see whether is the K constant or not. So you have X is 5 on here, X is 10 on here. Inshira, do you learn all this in school, or is it new?
Only the first reason I learned, like the second reason no.
What? Sorry? The first one?
Only the first reason that I gave you, I learned. Like the second one, no.
Oh, okay.
Like I just learned.
You just learn. Hello. Okay, so this is 4, 8, 12, 16. This is 16 on here. Next one is 4, 8, 32 down here. You calculate the K, okay? Those of you are calculating the K, and the next one is, let me see, 4, 8, 48. You try. Find out what's the value of K. I think Inshira, she take X divided by Y. Okay lah, tak apa lah. Okay, your K is terbalik sikit lah, but it's okay. But but you understand not? You took 5 divided by 16, right, Inshira? Correct? So your K is X divided by Y, but never mind, it's still okay. It's still okay, but you see it's constant lah. So what about the rest? Come on. Akila, are you there? Over. So 16 divided by 5, you get what? 3 stuff like that. Okay, let's see. 3 divided by 5, you get 3 and 1/5. Yes. Sorry. 32 divided by 10. If you divide by 2 divided by 2, you get 3.2. What is 3.2, Akila? Oh yeah, 3.2. Yeah. 3.2, yes. Yeah. It's 3 and 1/5. 3.2 lah. Yeah, correct. And then down here, so 3 and 1/5. So 3.2 lah. So K is constant. It does not change. Okay, so you notice pass through the line of origin does not change. That means this is directly proportional to that. X is directly proportional to Y. Okay, let us try now. Okay, they're asking you whether X and Y are directly proportional. They're not asking whether X, Y and X square, no. Is X, Y and X, are they directly proportional? So you have to try and think and see what is your answer. Remember, it must follow what? It must follow the formula. What is the formula? Y equals to kx. It must follow the formula. I repeat, let's say for question C, you saw me explaining something like that. But I was saying that y is directly proportional to x squared. They are not asking you that. They are asking whether x and y are in direct proportion in all of these examples. That's what they're asking. Okay, let's see. Maybe some of this might be a little bit tricky. Okay, who is this? Inshira. Well done, Inshira. Okay, later we ask you to explain. Well done. You can see clearly, You must remember to look at this, You must look at this carefully. Inshira got it correct. Well done. This girl how can score an A not for maths nowadays? Possible, Is okay. Has maths become easier for you?
A bit easier.
A bit, very humble, very humble, girl, very humble. Says a bit, but how is your improvement? Say, have you hit 70, 80 ever, right? For your test?
Percentage only.
Percentage only.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good one. That's very good. So we are waiting for the rest. Are they in direct proportion? Okay, so I'll give you 1 minute more before, maybe you might be confused by the question. Again, I repeat, we are not asking for x squared. We're not asking you to bring this 2 over that side. Are they in this formula? So let us go one by one. Okay, one by one. Here we go. The first one, y equals to 4x. Can you see the pattern very clearly? Y is equal to y here, x equals here, k is 4. This is very clearly in direct proportion because it follows the formula very clearly. Let's try. So this one is okay. We do the last one here also, because these two are the ones that are in direct proportion. Half times x lah. So you can see y equals to k. Y equals to kx. So can you see now? K is half. Y is y, k is k. So this also in direct proportion. Let us now write it down here. Y equals to k x. This is not kx. This is like k plus x. Like imagine I put 2 plus k. So this is not. This is not. This is not. Y and x are not in direct proportion. So this is not. Okay, because this is k times x, not k plus x. Down here, same thing. How do I get rid of this square? Inshira, how do you know c is not in direct proportion?
Because there's no k.
There's no k. But k can be 1. 1 times x squared. Okay, so down here now, we are talking about x and y, not x squared. We are talking about x and y. So how to make it, how to find the constant? Just now you remember now, we did a chart down here. Then the chart says, like that, remember now, I wrote y, x, k. Then y we divide by x get k, correct? So now I want to make a y divided by x possible. Oh yeah, if I bring, this is x times x, I bring x down here, I'm left with another x down here. If I bring it there, it becomes x squared. So I bring x here. So there's 1x here. So y over x is equals to x. This is not constant. This is not k. This is x. So this is also not a. Maybe the explanation a little bit confusing for you, but when y divided by x, by right, you're supposed to get k. You see? Now, if you don't believe, I'll show it to you here. Y equals to k times x, right? Kx, right? Kx. Seesaw method, I'm going to bring this over here. It's over 1, over 1. I bring this x down here. What do I get? Y divided by x, I get k. I'm supposed to get k, but down here I take y divided by x, I get x. So that's why this is wrong. Cannot be. Okay, so only A and D are in direct proportion. Okay, I hope you're not lost, but if you are, never mind. We will try to You try the next one. This one, not so difficult, not so difficult. It's quite okay. Can you see now? Yeah. Tengok. So remember, although they don't tell you this, you need to write it in this formula. And then you need to find the value of k. You must find the value of k. But you write it in this formula lah. You can put the bigger number on the left lah. Make w to y, t to x, something like that. Then you see, can you find k? Anybody? Let's see. Can do or not? You let us see somebody. Okay, well done, Inshira. So you know what's k, right, Inshira? It's simple lah, too simple lah. It's not challenging already lah. Inshira is saying, hey, give me something challenging lah. Give me so easy. So okay, for the rest, come on. We have 3 minutes left, so I'll just show you this and then we do one more question. You let y be like w. You replace the y with w equals to k t lah, let's say. So now they give you the value of w is 20. Put 20 here. What's the value of t? Well, value of t is 4. So 4k. Okay. So 4k equals to 20. What is k? K is equals to 20 divided by 4 lah. 20 divided by 4. And you'll get what? You will get 5. Okay, you'll get 5. Huh? So you get 5. No, I know. But the affecting my mic, I think. Are you all hearing a whooshing sound? No. Okay, good. So down here now, k equals to 5. So you just put in inside the formula that you want to find w. W is equals to, what's the formula now? It's 5t. See why you get 5 from? Then we find out what is k. What k is 5. So now they tell you this is 6. So I change it to 6 down here. 5 times 6, I get 30. W is 30. And what about the next one? The next one, same thing. We write W equals to 5t. And W, they say is 45. So 45 equals to 5t. Or 5t equals to 45. So what is t? T equals to 45 divided by 5. What do you get? You get 9. So down here is 9. The answer is 9. Down here is 30. Okay, are you okay now? You want to do one more question? Ken, last question. You all look very tired now. Can okay, we do one last question. Okay, I will put down here one other thing. They tell you confirm this is direct proportion. You don't need to doubt this. So can you find what is K? Can or not find what is K? Down here you can find what's K. Once you find, you just need to find K for one. You don't need to find for all. Because you are not proving whether they are direct proportion or not. They already tell you direct proportion. Find out what is K. Once you know K, you can reverse the process. What's the formula? Y divided by X. Y divided by X equals to K. So find out what's K. And then after you can find out what's P and whatnot. Oh, you need to write equation also, sorry. So what is the equation? You know already the equation. But you must find K first before you do that. What is K? Akila, are you okay? Akila, are you there? Paging for Miss Akila. Paging for Miss Akila. A-okay? Are you A-okay? Oh, yes, okay. You understand whatever's happening so far? Have you done this chapter in school? No. Okay, good. That means you are learning something. Paging for Mr. Shafi'i. Paging for Pak P. Are you there? No, I'm not here.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are. Okay. You understand so far what's happening? Some part. You have not done this in school, huh?
Yes.
You have not done this in school, right?
Finish already.
Finish already? Done this in school?
Finish.
Finish.
Yeah.
But you only understand some part. Okay, never mind. Next week we'll go through, but next week we'll go through inverse proportion, not indirect. I told you indirect earlier. It's inverse. Inverse means opposite. But has anyone found out the value of K? Anyone? Y divided by 12. Sorry. 8 divided by 12. 2/3. Well done. Okay. Kakak Inshira is telling us this is 2/3. 2/3. So now you find what is, so what's the equation then? Y equals to K X, right? K is 2/3. 2/3 X. Like that. You can also write it Y equals to 2X over 3. It's also the same thing lah. Okay, because the X in the center belongs to above. Now you find out now what is Y. So for the first one, Y equals to 18 over 3. 18 divided by 3 gets 6. Well done, Inshira. Inshira got the answer 12 here. Okay, this is 12. What about the next one? Okay. You can also write down here Y over X equals to 2/3. Up to you lah. You do your method. Okay, you see whether you can get. You want to find X. So X over Y equals to 3 over 2. So you bring it over, X equals to 3Y over 2. So 3 times 24 over 2. Shira says it's 36. Let us see whether she's correct. Over 2. 1. 12. And the answer is 36. Okay, it's okay. If you don't get it, we'll try again next week. But you know, you can try to revise. You can look out for this. You all know how to look out. But for Akila's sake, I will show you just very quickly how to find the channel. Okay, Akila, this is you can follow the lessons on here. Okay, and then you can put YouTube YouTube here, and then you can key in Mr. Shahid Zoom tuition here. Okay, and then you will have a lot of this tuition, so you can go to the playlist. Okay, let's see, is there the playlist here? Or go down here. There's supposed to be a playlist somewhere lah. Where is the playlist? Or you can go on this side. Let's see. Yeah, this one is a long way. There's a playlist. Where is the playlist? Anybody playlist. Because I'm the owner of it, so I can. But anyway, you look out for the playlist. So the playlist, you can Sec 2 Max. Can you see Sec 2 Max? You go down here, Sec 2 Max. So you will find now. You can find the earlier lessons. So you go, see, 6th of June, Pythagoras theorem. 23rd May, I can see this girl covering her mouth. Okay, down here. Okay, you can find out all this stuff. You can revise. So I'm gonna upload this. You can. So the thing is to search for is Mr. Shaikh Zoom Tuition. Then you click the playlist. All right then. So we'll see each other again next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.